Not really one for intros, are we?
No. Jive and Honey. Famous for nothing.
Guess what? Jive and Honey, famous for nothing, is the number one result on Apple Podcasts when you type Jive.
You have to go halfway there to even come up. Well, at least it popped up because it wasn't popping up at all.
Yeah, so I feel that's a real victory.
Whoa. How many people do you think are just it's like, I'm trying to think of something. How about I just put in Jive?
Somebody with their keyboard sensitivity set to too high and they're just mashing their hands on the keyboard and are...
They meant Hive.
Hive, yeah. Yeah, Beyonce fans who are trying to find other like-minded people and come across this. Well, I would say that, but we know literally every person who listens to this podcast.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we have not quite broken through our personal bubble.
Not quite yet.
No.
We're almost there.
But we're amusing the shit out of our friends.
Yes,
apparently.
Yes. Also, we don't have a lot of friends, I found. So, I had a weird omen this morning on my way over here.
Oh, boy.
Which was 3 different dogs all made eye contact with me while they were shitting.
They're giving you the poop face?
No, they gave me the, I'm pooping. They looked into my soul.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was that kind of look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was upsetting.
It's upsetting.
It knocked me off.
Did you feel like they were going to speak to you? Like you're going to have like a moment where they're like...
Yes, 100%. Like,
don't get on the train today.
Yeah. And I assume in like either... One of them definitely would have had Johnny Cash's voice.
Yeah.
One of them oddly would have had RFK Jr.'s voice. Which, like Skeletor.
Oh, yeah.
So it was very, very upsetting. That's what the dog looked like. He looked like his voice was RFK Jr. So you can imagine how unfortunate this dog was.
Maybe that's what he's looking, just for like, have mercy on me.
Yeah, right.
It's like, go through life like that.
Hey, which actually I did have a thought about the Kennedys this weekend. You know how we say the luck of the Irish?
Oh, yeah.
Aren't they sort of proof that there is no luck of the Irish? Everything that could go wrong with that family goes wrong.
Well, doesn't it stem from like they get so much shit piled on them, like the plague, potato famine, all this stuff, and they're still kicking, so that's why they're so lucky.
A resilient people, for sure. But I think we have to really sort of discount their luck. If your the most famous Irish Americans are the Kennedys,
Yeah.
that's not good.
It didn't end well for any of them.
No, because bad passengers, bad pilots. I mean, bad driver. I mean, they're all terrible at almost everything they do.
Yeah.
So great bootleggers, though.
Yes.
Anyway. Enough about politics.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, today we're just, it's like, I always like to think about lead-in. I like to think about how to like something from our personal lives, and
I just told you 3 dogs looked into my soul while they took dumps.
It has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
I know, but it felt very personal.
Yeah. That's a segue.
Oh,
Trying to
relative.
be professional.
You're trying to be
here.
relative. Okay.
Yeah.
That's called broadcasting.
Yeah.
And I know nothing about it.
So we're doing it's kind of cringy. It's about actors who want to become musicians and vice versa. And like you said, like when we were talking about doing this topic, it goes one way a lot better than the other.
It's a lot easier to be a musician who then acts than an actor who becomes a musician.
Yeah.
Yes.
No doubt.
For sure.
This one I can definitely say we will prove.
This one, yes. We are not talking out of our asses on this one.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And we had one comment, and like we said before, all the comments have been wonderful, but everyone was like, what the hell is Joseph looking at? What's his little piece of paper? You're on your high-tech, calculating machine.
That's because I'm
up the internet.
Oh, what? Now, because I'm under 70?
Yeah. I have to do everything. I'm just going to hold this up. This is a little bit worse than usual.
This is bad.
But like there's asterisks and arrows and boxes. They all mean a little something else.
This is an absolute manifesto. This is first of all,
I like this one. I like the arrows. It's like, oh yeah, connect these. And I scribbled up here. It's like
we should change all of this to just like red yarn and different names and different. That's how we're gonna find out.
Could you put like Beautiful Mind graphics?
Yeah, it's a little more like who killed Laura Palmer. First of all, I've always said you typically have one page, and I say
it's usually one,
and I say cut that in half because there's no way we will get through all of that in an hour.
See, I don't like because I don't, but like having like direction, like having like an opening, usually gives me a little, okay, well that doesn't fit the opening, that doesn't fit the precedence of this. Not having it, I just put everything. I wrote down everything.
Well,
so I'm gonna be quiet and just selectively
contribute
here and there.
See, I feel like this would have made an excellent intro because, as you said in your own words, this is a very cringy topic, and we've had no shortage of cringy circumstances and situations throughout our time together.
Well, is it because like in the theme, have we ever done anything? Have we ever tried to do something that isn't in our path besides doing a podcast?
I didn't want to have to.
I stepped right into that one. Holy
sure did, buddy.
Shit.
Sorry.
Whoops. Yeah, this is like our Scarlett Johansson album.
Dude, hey, you know what? Scarlett Johansson made her first record.
Yeah.
Is a cover of Tom Waits songs.
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's brilliant. I love it.
Do you listen? Is it in your play?
There's three songs that are on multiple playlists of mine. She did a cover of Anywhere I Lay My Head, and I think that song, I think it might be better from her than Tom Waits, and Tom Waits' version's awesome.
Is awesome. I mean, okay, I listened to it. I must have listened to 5 or 6 tracks, and I came up with this thought. Scarlett Johansson has a lovely voice. Scarlett Johansson can sing really well. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something.
That is 100% true. Yes.
But like I have to say, I love Scarlett Johansson for many reasons, but I enjoy her work. But I just found it to be soulless. I found it like there's no like.
Well, her voice is a little soulless.
Yeah,
the production wasn't.
It
wasn't the greatest. She did another record with I think it was like with M Ward, and who I like. I think he has a cool voice.
Tom York.
No, M Ward. I think.
I know M Ward, but
he's just like I don't know. He's an American. I think he did shit for someone else.
No, I know M Ward.
But I think it was him.
I think it was Tom York.
No. Scarlett Johansson? No. It may not have been M Ward though.
Peter Yorn. Sorry.
Oh, it's Peter Yorn.
God.
Peter Yorn, who is a shitty version of.
Yes. And that must have been in my head.
But I don't think I've ever listened to that record again. But if I told you, I'm like, hey, there's this hot blonde chick who does Tom Waits covers, you'd be like, yeah, I'll give it a listen.
But I think I would, and I did listen. And I knew it was a hot blonde chick. And
is your phone on? You're fired.
I'm telling you, I have a new phone, and the buttons are too sensitive. I have sensitive buttons, and turning shit off doesn't mean they're off.
And nipples.
Oh, don't tell my secrets. So I knew it was a hot chick doing those songs, and I just found them. Like I didn't like, and I have I have like 3 active playlists. I would have thrown them in, and it's like I have all sorts of crazy shit in it. It's like I just didn't. It didn't touch my soul.
But
or it didn't even like amuse me. It was just like, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying it was like, oh, yeah, okay.
I'm saying I don't hate it. I don't. I more so than her though. Another hot chick who made a record that I actually really really like was Zoe Kravitz.
I didn't listen to it. I should have.
The Lola Wolf record.
Yeah, Lola Wolf.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, it's like with her father, you kind of expect, you want a little bit something. And she's always had music in the thing. And, she redid, I wanted a second season so bad.
Oh, yeah. The John Cusack movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really good show. I liked that show with her in it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a total, nice little spin. Because I love the John Cusack movie.
Yeah.
And I love what she
called?
did.
Top
High
five,
Fidelity.
Top 5 records. Yeah. High Fidelity. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
right.
the name
So
of
it's like, I don't know, genetics and environment. It's like you kind of
right. She was a little predisposed to it.
She didn't fuck it up.
She didn't fuck it up.
Right.
Yes.
On the Scarlett Johansson Jag, I found out, and this is funny because she actually made it before she was an actress. Is Brie Larson,
dude? I found that out too.
16-year-old, and it's called "Finally Out of PE."
Yes,
and it's a teen angst thing. I think that one, because it's purely pop. Like if that just came out and you didn't know anything about Brie Larson, it would just be funny. But it was funny. It's like it was 24. Like whenever I see something like in the 2000s, it was like 2004 or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't that long ago. It was fucking 20 years ago.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was that long ago. I think it was less. I think it might have been like 2009 or something.
Something like that.
Yeah. The single, I think it was like She Says or something, was pretty good.
Oh,
the Brie Larson one, it was super catchy.
It was
the video looked great. I mean, it looks like 2003 to 2009,
but she fit right into that.
Totally.
Avril Lavigne.
Post Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
100%. I kind of really, really liked it.
But the thing is, in both of those, Brie Larson, Scarlett Johansson, it's an amazing skill and talent to add to what you're already good at in acting. She did the vocals for the Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah,
she was in the band and that song, and it's awesome.
It's good. Yeah,
like if you just listen to that track, it's awesome. And I think she did a track on Room, which can't imagine. Spiffy tunes in Room.
It was probably a lullaby.
But
or something.
then Scarlett Johansson in the animated film Sing, she was the porcupine, and she was awesome. So it's a great skill to have.
It is a good skill to have.
But she also hasn't made an album since 2009. Her albums were 2008, 2009, and then someone told her to
stop.
Oh, she might have had, she also, I think she had kids, right?
She's a kid
with the SNL boy.
Yeah. I think this has stayed with me for so long. I remember years ago, somewhere online, I saw a photo of Selena Gomez at her home.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
She was wheeling her trash can down her driveway, and the caption read, "Selena Gomez pictured here taking her music for a walk."
Well done, internet.
I thought that was one of the funniest goddamn things I've ever seen in my life.
It's like, I don't think her music's that bad.
I don't know that it's that bad, but when an opportunity like that presents itself, you have to take it.
Oh my God. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
Which is funny. She's on that show now with Martin Short and Steve Martin.
Watch. It's unwatchable for me.
So she's the second worst musician on that show because Steve Martin fucking stinks.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Grammy Award winner for banjo music.
Stop.
It's like,
no one cares. Dude. No one cares.
No one wants to hear that.
It's not funny. It's not amusing. It's not enjoyable.
Yeah. That's
Steve
like
Martin is
you're less interesting than somebody with a used toothpick collection. I mean, stop it.
Yeah. I was going to say Steve Martin's more disappointing than my father, and my father's a total disappointment.
I wish they were hanging out together right now.
Oh, R.I.P. Dad.
No offense to your dad.
No.
I could see your dad rolling Steve Martin for opening his mouth one too many times.
My dad would pants him and.
Why'd you punch him in the mouth?
Yeah. Wild Bill has no time for.
Yes, but there's a lot of people you forget because they're such big actors now, like Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
That they were musicians first.
What she was a Disney child. She
was
like
so that was
Wizards of some place.
Some shit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Some shit like
but
that.
Don't forget Will Smith.
Right. Yeah, that's
Jennifer
that's a big
Jennifer
one.
Lopez.
J-Lo's a big one. Like, I don't know if we're going to flip back and forth because I have all my actors on one side, which is a hot mess, and I have all my musicians on another side, which is a little bit stronger. But when you get a
Dude, it's such a better list, right?
The reason why we say it's so much better, like the measure of it, is that some of these people could stop doing music and have a career as actors.
Chris Christopherson did.
Yeah, like Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Cher.
Yeah, sure.
She won the Academy Award for Moonstruck.
Yep.
She was fucking awesome. But then she was in Mermaids. She does so many stuff. And now Lady Gaga's doing it. Madonna did it.
Mark Wahlberg. Don't
Stop
forget,
it, stop
he was
it.
Marky Mark
Yeah.
before anything else. He committed race crimes and rapped.
Ooh, he rapped.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was fun. In your research, did Tom Hardy come up?
I knew about that already, and
I love that Tom Hardy believes that his rap career didn't take off because he grew up in a middle class home.
Oh, that's why?
That's why.
Maybe because you're 4'9" and British.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that was a problem.
Yeah. Yikes.
That's great.
Keep with the acting. You do a pretty good job there.
Yeah. I mean, those are like, sort of the ones they're like oversights almost, where you're like, because they're so in the pop zeitgeist,
Right.
you know.
And then,
To be fair, Jennifer Lopez was a dancer first.
a Laker girl, right? No,
In
no,
Living Color.
In
That was
Living
Paula
Color.
Abdul. Yeah.
All right.
She was a fly girl.
Fly girl.
Yeah.
That was it. I knew there was a name for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and like she has really chopped up a decent career. I mean, being a rom-com aficionado.
Yes, which you are.
Made in Manhattan. Come on, man.
Yes.
Yeah. But
our friend, what's her name was in Made in Manhattan? The girl that was in
Tanya?
the film we did. Yeah.
Yeah. Tanya Dayton.
Tanya
Dayton?
Donnelly? Dayton.
Yeah.
Tanya Donnelly's a musician. That's
But in old school, for the young kids, you can look her up and see how awesome she was. Barbara Streisand.
Oh, Yentl.
Yeah, but like
Prince of Tides.
one of my absolute favorite movies, go way back, like, is What's Up, Doc?
Oh yeah, okay.
I love that movie. And then the main event, where she's a boxer with Ryan. They joined back up again. Is it Ryan O'Neal?
Ryan O'Neal, yeah.
They were amazing in What's Up, Doc.
I don't think I ever saw that.
She's a rich lady. It's like, perfect Hollywood script. She's a rich lady who loses everything, but she has all these assets. It's the only thing she has. She found out that her husband had bought the rights to a boxer.
Oh, is this what Moonlighting is based on? She finds out she has all these assets. And
Yeah, it is.
I mean, that's the
exactly
same
what
premise.
it is.
Yeah.
So she decides that she's going to be a boxing promoter to promote, Ryan
O'Neal.
Ryan O'Neal.
It's funny.
And it's great.
That's pretty good. I like that.
But she's on Broadway. She's done. She sells out concerts. She has many, many, many albums. It's like I think some people forget that they have the two sides of the coin. But it also shows the success.
But also, I think Broadway's like the real bridge for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I read this morning that the girl that was, I don't know her name, she was in the Pussycat Dolls and was a judge on a TV show.
Judge on
on
X
something.
Factor.
So she is in the revival. I guess it's a revival. I don't think it's been out for a couple of years, but Sunset Boulevard's on Broadway.
Ooh.
And she got a 6-minute standing ovation on opening night just this weekend. And holy shit. But I mean, that goes to shit. You can sing, you can act, you can maybe transcend these worlds.
That goes back to the old Hollywood days where,
triple threats.
Gene Kelly, Fred Astaire, you can sing, you can dance, whatever. It's it's cool. But the person who does it all the time in the movies, that I don't know if he should be doing it outside in his real life, is Ryan Gosling. La La Land,
right? And Barbie.
Barbie. He killed it at the Oscars.
Killed it. But also, he knows. He's not, doing it, because I'm a song and dance man. He knows. He's in on the joke.
Like that he did he's in a goth duo.
I think he's pretty aware.
I hope so. I mean, it was
I don't think this is like.
I don't know.
Dude,
it's like songs about zombies and werewolves.
I'm here for it, man. Dude, Ryan, I don't know how
but
many.
When you listen to it, it's him.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know how many fans he has, but like you can count me as one of them. Like for your music, I understand you're very popular.
Back to our old topic, it's like he's just so pretty. He can just fucking.
He can kind of do anything.
Like, yeah, whatever.
It's kind of like when Timberlake first started acting. Yeah. You were like, son of a bitch. This guy could do it all.
He can do it all.
Yeah.
No, and this is I'm gonna be labeled a racist, but.
Is this a Sammy Davis Jr. thing? Jesus Christ, man!
No. The
Sammy Davis Jr. known Satanist, by the way.
A known saint?
Yes, known Satanist. Yes. Sammy Davis Jr.
This is the first I've heard of it. Again, I want to know your
sources. I'll email you.
Two people. I'm not lumping them in because they're black, but Eddie Murphy and Jamie Foxx. Talented people.
I always thought Eddie Murphy maybe burned a little too bright, and it was so intensely good that it's like it can never possibly maintain that. Like it's unsustainable.
No, that's unsustainable.
Because how old was he when this first stand-up special came out? He was
delirious
young as hell. Delirious. He was so young.
Oh my gosh, so good.
I mean, Saturday Night Live,
legendary.
I stand by in doing research for this because I was like, I need to watch Party all the time, listen to it so I can make fun of it. It's not a bad song.
No, it's not, and especially at the time.
Now. I think enough time has passed that song is good. Again.
Holy
and Rick James
shit.
is in the video.
Rick James,
no, it does kind of have a Rick James sort of patina.
Yeah,
was he involved in the song? He's in the recording studio with them, like just nodding and burning
Jackson
people.
Has something to do with it. No?
I don't know. I don't know.
Background.
Not a terrible song. I won't make fun of Bruce Willis again, but definitely better than Bruce Willis's record.
Yes. Yeah, Bruce. That was a tough one.
Yeah, that was real tough.
But then like Jamie Foxx, it's like, he did Ray, and like he's so talented. He wins the Academy Award for Ray, and right. I believe
did.
So. Yeah.
And you know what? Hate to say this. Didn't care for it.
Yeah, it was a lot.
As much as I like that Michael Mann movie, I like him in that Michael Mann movie.
Oh, yeah. Where he plays the cab driver with Tom Cruise. Yeah, that was great.
I don't like Jamie Foxx.
I don't like Jamie Foxx either.
I like Django. I thought it was a great movie.
Great movie.
I don't like Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. Yeah. But what's the difference between a Jamie Foxx and a Justin Timberlake? I guess choices, maybe.
Choices. I mean, it's also like I don't know. It's Justin Timberlake. I remember that first. What was it? Alpha Dog. I think it was the first movie with Justin Timberlake. I thought he was great in it. I thought he was awesome.
Oh no!
Like I was like, holy shit, this guy can act. He just did a movie with Benicio del Toro. I thought he was great in it. And it's like it was a good choice for him as he ages and just.
But even like comedy, like Bad Teacher.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Not Cameron Diaz. Yeah, Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, he's good. And his Saturday Night Live appearances are great. Dick in a box.
Yeah.
He's
right. Yeah.
But I'm glad you're saying it because I thought I'd beat out on an island here.
With the Jamie Foxx thing.
He's a step above Wayne Brady, who I can't stand.
Oh Jesus Christ! Wow, shots fired.
Yeah, I don't know, but he has so much potential.
I hope you never become popular because Jamie Foxx is coming for you.
Yeah, kick my ass.
He seems like somebody who holds a grudge.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, I guess I'm disappointed in Jamie Foxx. He's so talented, and there's something there, and he's like amazing at everything he does, except nothing has been amazing has come from it. I guess.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, I was fully prepared to have to defend you going, oh, you just don't like him. Right. Like you think he's smug or and it's like, no, I don't think he's done anything that great. That's all.
But I do have to take Justin Timberlake down a notch. Like, I guess he has a new album out.
I think the public has taken him down a notch recently.
Yeah, but he put out a music video that might be one of the worst things I've seen in a long time.
Really?
Yeah, he did a spoof. Like, it was not a spoof. It's something serious, but he took a big bite from the blood vampire scene in the opening of Blade, which is amazing opening scene. Where it's a nightclub.
Yeah, the nightclub with the blood from the ceiling, the New Order song. Yeah.
You find out they're all vampires. He did something similar to that, but then he did it meta version where he's the it was a music video.
He's the blood?
No, like this is happening and you think it's actually happening, but then it turns out that it's a film of him as the director of making his music video. And so then he goes home, but then he turns out that he is a vampire or something like that.
You see,
it was like that. It was that twist. He tried to be twisty about it, but it was terrible.
And this is why Inception is a problem, because it's allowed people to think that they could pull this shit off.
They could pull this off, but it was just like it was all like rough, borrowed from better shit. It was just terrible.
I'll have to watch that and judge.
Yeah, it's funny. You'll start laughing. You're like, no, stop it, Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake,
killing me. I'm gonna let you. I mean, you're much more of a music person. I mean, not that I don't like music. I just don't. You do deep dives into music, and you know a little bit more than I do. But I'm just like the success is like there's a couple actors that are in bands that seem to have some staying power. It's like you have Jared Leto's 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's good. I mean, Jared Leto is on my list of like, ugh.
You want to punch him?
I have him one notch below Shaq.
Below Shaq. As an entertainment celebrity.
As a musician. I'd rather rather listen to Shaq Fu or whatever that was. I can't remember the name of it. I'd rather listen to that than any Jared Leto record.
I did not. My research did not go into.
I would rather listen to, or rather watch Jared Leto act than Shaq.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Please.
But never say never.
Stop. Then how about Keanu Reeves in Dog Star?
I've heard Dog Star. Not recently. I heard they're still playing, which is
wild.
Yeah.
These are like I said, staying by. Like
they're still a band.
20 years ago, and they're still playing.
Yeah. Good for him. I think that's awesome. I mean, he's not out there trying to make it like, hey, my band is more important than my acting. Like, he's never said that.
And this is a tough pill to swallow. And it's like stuff I love and stuff I hate is Jack Black and Tenacious D.
Nah, I hope that they fucking Big Bopper it.
Oh, together?
Yeah. Whoever is complicit with Jack Black in his band.
Wow.
I hope. Look, Jack Black might be a great guy and a good dad or whatever the fuck he does, but he looks like he's always done something really, really bad.
Yeah.
That's the look on his face all the time.
I get it.
And he's just not funny.
I recognize it. Yeah, he's an overactor. This one I really want it to be bad. I haven't listened to it. I don't know if you know anything about it. It's Jason Schwartzman.
Oh, yeah, he played drums in a band.
Phantom Planet.
Yeah, they
he's just the drummer?
Yeah, he's a drummer. They
because if I had to see him sing, like he's got the most punchable face.
He might sing backup in it, but they did the song for the OC. Yeah, that was his band.
Yeah.
Or is his band. I don't know. He could still be in it, for all I know.
Yeah. Then I guess again, I'm terrible. I spent all my time writing notes and didn't listen to some of this stuff. I guess Russell Crowe.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. His
30 odd feet of grunts or foot,
something like that. Yeah, I've never, which is weird because you're Australian. Why would you have a band not in metric measurement?
Meters.
Yeah, like 30-meter grunts. Yeah, I've never heard them. I
guess he's been doing it for a
long time.
Long time.
Maybe it's time to quit.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not working.
Some of my cringe that I just read that they actually have put out albums. I'll just run down the list. Steven Seagal.
He does one, like he sings it in like a Jamaican patois. Like
No.
yeah, dude.
No.
Oh, it's not good.
It's worse than his fake kung fu.
Yeah, it might be worse than that goatee.
Yeah.
It's not good, dude.
Wow. And then the other one, I love it. I love Californication so much, but I think I love him. And I think he'd be like, we talk about like, what celebrity do you think you could be friends with? And David Duchovny.
Dude,
I don't know anything about it, but he put out an album.
I got a feeling it might not be terrible.
Right.
I gotta say, in like something I would say, they're very, very much on par with each other. Kiefer Sutherland has a band, and I saw them play years ago.
Yeah.
Like at the North Star, I saw them play. I mean, not a big spot.
Yeah, small venue.
And Kiefer Sutherland was so wasted that he made that show feel very dangerous, first of all, but also very fun. It was like very rock and roll.
I can
And it
see
was
that.
like, he was not like, I was in 20, like I think he was on 24 at the time. I mean, he was like really top of his game. He wasn't like, I'm not the guy from 24. I'm not the guy from Lost Boy. Like, this is my band.
I remember you telling me
Yeah,
about
it
this.
was it was pretty great.
Yeah, no, I can see that in him. Like being a little bit of a live wire, loose cannon.
Yeah. I think he might
personality.
have been on the booze back then.
Yeah.
I don't know that he is still, but
The other one that I love his work, but I think he's a raging douche, is Robert Downey Jr. put out an album. I can see that. I can't see why.
I can't see it being good. I got a feeling it's probably spoken word over like some sort of ambient sounds. And he's like, this is the future.
Yeah. Oof. He's
because
tough,
sometimes
man.
I forget he's not Tony Stark.
Yeah. I root for him, and he's had a tough go at it, and he got the golden ring at the end of the ride, but man, he's tough. Like now I see him in interviews, all successful, and he's not wearing it well. He is.
It's
smug.
there is a little smugness there.
Yeah.
Not like Jamie Foxx, but I mean, still not great.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah.
All right, I turned my page as you just saw.
That's so we're on to the next section.
Musicians, actors.
I have one amazing
I'm turning back.
actor who became a musician that I have to talk about.
Okay.
Because it's very again like meta, Inception, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
I had heard about this and always thought it was a joke. And then when we started talking about this, I looked it up and found out it is actually real, which is Joe Pesci's character from My Cousin Vinny, Vincent LaGuardia Gambini, put out a Christmas record. Wait
for the youths.
An obscene Christmas record.
What?
Yes.
I mean, that makes it better. That's a cherry on top. Man.
Yeah. But it's so I found the whole thing, but I only listened to one. The first song I clicked on was called "Wise Guy," and it is somehow I can't even fully explain it. It is an obscene Christmas song by a fictional character set to Blondie's Rapture.
Oh my God.
Which is the furthest thing from a fucking Christmas song you've ever heard. It's
from a guy who has a voice that is like nails on a chalkboard.
Nobody would be like voice of an angel. I think he has.
I can't imagine.
I think he has 3 records out as this character now, or maybe they're not all as a character. Maybe he did 2 solo records as well.
Oh boy,
it is.
I gotta go back,
dude.
I'm checking
it is
that out.
Something else. We neglected to mention this is our Halloween episode. I think.
Oh shit! Yeah.
We did have some. We did have some good ideas to come dressed as.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot.
Yeah,
I forgot.
We couldn't find Siegfried and Roy costumes.
Yeah,
which is the first
that would
problem.
be great. So you would have to have like
half a face.
half
Yeah,
a
it would have
face.
taken some real prosthetics. But that would have been super fun. I'm sorry we didn't get to do that.
Holy shit!
Remember when the Chicago Bears put out a record?
Oh, the Super Bowl shuffle.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
Oh yeah. Okay,
but musicians
that have become active. I always think of like the 2 old school guys, being our age, that kind of for me like was like the contemporary musicians, and now I'm seeing them in movies and wondering if it works, is David Bowie and Sting. David Bowie did a few movies.
Well, and you know what? Both appeared in David Lynch films. Sting in Dune. That makes it obviously.
They're such odd birds. Bowie even more so.
Right. So Sting was in Dune, which was
Dune.
Like, Sting wasn't going to be good in Dune.
Yeah.
Like there's enough history on the movie, on the original Dune. But David Bowie was in Fire Walk with Me. He was Jeffries, whatever. I forget what his name was. Jeffries, the FBI agent who suddenly reappears. I had read that they only had like 5 days to shoot his scenes, which is funny. I think there's 4 shots in the entire sequence, which I'm like, I don't know how they took so long.
5 days.
But he also he had a New Orleans accent. So that must have been a kind of a handicap for David Bowie.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
I mean, that had to have made it a little difficult to pull off.
But was it Man Who Fell to Earth?
Yeah.
Then he also did The Vampire.
The Hunger?
The Hunger.
Yeah. That was great.
Good.
That was I love that movie.
Yeah.
I just recently read something that was like somebody in the 90s, somebody made like an indie lesbian film. And it was like the first, I think it was Go Fish, maybe? I think it was Go Fish. And they were like, the line on it was, lesbians are sick of seeing the movie The Hunger being played in bars. So we had to make another lesbian movie that you could watch without sound in a lesbian bar. Which is pretty good. Yeah.
I didn't. It's not on my list, but I was just thought because I watch Jeopardy. I admit it. I watch Jeopardy almost every night.
Is that why you like Aaron Rodgers? Because you felt like you were smarter than him?
He did a good job hosting. I have to
say.
He
did a great job reading the cards. He has all the answers. It's not a fair job.
But he won Celebrity Jeopardy. That's why he was asked to.
Oh, he won Celebrity.
I know.
He beat Robin Quivers.
I love Celebrity Jeopardy because that's when I know all the answers.
Okay, all right. Those are pretty softball questions.
But the Talking Heads was a category, and members from the Talking Heads gave the questions. So David Byrne,
Tina Weymouth, Jerry Harrison,
all of them.
All right.
They're all there. They all look pretty good. It was about. I guess it's the anniversary of Stop Making Sense. And David Byrne, I didn't know it was him, but the Amy Schumer series, something about Beth.
Oh yeah, Life and Beth.
Yeah. He plays her doctor. And his cold, dry delivery to her ridiculousness, he was brilliant. And when I found, I didn't know. I'm like, who is that? I'm like, oh my God, it's David Byrne, and it tickled me so. He was great. He was so goddamn funny.
So David Byrne can act.
Yeah.
All right.
It was David Byrne being David Byrne in a doctor's coat.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing with Bowie. You were kind of like, I mean, you're not going to look at that and think that's not David Bowie.
No, it's Ziggy Stardust being a vampire.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I think like you said, and I think I mentioned earlier, like Chris Christopherson, whole second hand, like there's a bunch of people of a certain age who are like, when he died recently, they were like, he made records.
Yeah. He's just not Blades.
He's Blades, like Human Handler.
And the original Star is Born.
Yeah. Well, not the original. The second Star is Born. The original was like the 30s, I think.
That's right. I forgot.
It's a good story. They keep doing it.
Yeah.
That's why.
It is good. I have to hijack the podcast right now because of my marriage, and I have an obligation, and I have to say this, but he was really good. My wife is a incredibly huge Bruce Springsteen fan, mega fan, insane fan. But Steven Van Zandt. What am I?
Little Steven? Why don't we just call him Little Steven? Steve Van Zandt. We're not talking about how good an actor Little Steven is. We're not doing that, are we?
But he's not a good actor.
Because he's not.
But he was great in The Sopranos. Like, he was great. He was. I know, but he
dude,
he and Tony had some moments.
Silvio was one of my favorite characters.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right. He made this character, and big enough that they wrote another show for him, and
which was not. Yeah. They were like, oh my god, he needs an entire ensemble.
But I had to say it for my wife, who does not listen to our podcast. And this is just from. I could have just told you I was going to say it. Because I just have to go home tonight and have dinner and be like, oh, I totally brought him, little Steven up.
It's funny. I was thinking the other day we were somewhere where there was a lot of old Italians and of aging Italians.
Yeah.
And I thought I'm like, wow, a lot of the Adrianas have become Carmelos. And a lot of the Carmelas have become Silvios.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's...
Yeah, we both lived in South Philly. We know that.
It's a weird jump.
It's a weird jump.
But it's actually. But I think I got to refine that. They don't.
They don't. Hair, the molded gray hair. And
the Carmelos don't become Silvios.
Yeah.
The Carmelos become little Stevens. Jowls and a hunch.
Yeah.
Although guys got one of the best stations on satellite radio. Although I don't think it's largely him anymore.
But
it is. It's my favorite thing to listen to.
Because he left the E Street Band right when they started making money.
Not a great businessman.
So but he had to do something, and he got into radio, and I guess he's
no.
pretty good at it.
It was absolutely. I feel like you could turn on 99 out of 100 times. It's a great song, and you probably don't know it.
And there is a great documentary about him and what he did with Sun City.
Oh yeah,
and
that was awesome.
That
was awesome.
Changed government. It was that was
pretty cool.
He singly did it. It was kind of crazy. It's a very cool documentary. So check it out.
Another, I think I mentioned it before, but another really great country star Dwight Yoakam.
I got him. He's on my list.
There you go.
And he's done quite a few. He kept going. I don't know if I think he is still doing it. Still acting in the acting biz.
Still got the bug, huh?
Yeah. We brought him up in Panic Room, which he was amazing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was great.
But I've seen him in a few other things. One, they was getting divorced, and it was very tenacious. Oh God! Was it
Kramer versus Kramer?
No,
the ref.
Coen brother movie. The
Intolerable Cruelty.
Yeah, was that?
I don't know.
This train wreck of a brain.
You couldn't write that down. Yeah. All this shit, you couldn't write that down or retain it. Yeah, there are some people that I thought had so much potential that never followed through. Maybe it was just because she played a junkie, but Courtney Love in The People versus Larry Flint was
it just
mess junkie? Was it like the Howard Stern thing that she was playing herself?
Yeah.
So she was really good at it.
Yeah, she was really good at it.
Yeah, but I wanted to give her more credit.
She didn't follow it up with anything.
No.
Yeah. She was great. Oh, and ever since you told me that Billy, what's his name, wrote most of the Hole songs.
Oh, Billy Corgan.
Yeah.
Just off those first two records, or not the
this
major label
in the
ones.
coffee shop had Hole on, and I'm just like, oh my God, but now I'm just thinking it does sound like
it does sound like a Smashing Pumpkins song.
It's so good though. It's so good.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
The one thing it's I think they feel this way or feel like they could be actors because they all have to do music videos, and I think they love doing them. It lets them get out of character, which kind of leads to.
Well, I mean, being a musician is performative. If you're good, I mean, Elliott Smith, Elliott Smith and quiet play guitar. He's a musician. It's not, certainly not Bowie or Prince. He never tried to perform like that. So someone like Prince, I mean, Prince, a million characters in his head,
But it's it's a tiny bit like Courtney Love, where it's just it wasn't a biopic, but I mean,
you look at Purple Rain and you look at Under the Cherry Moon, and it's a good thing Under the Cherry Moon didn't come first.
Yeah, I love Under
I know
the Cherry
you do.
Moon, but I'm so biased. I'm
you're very biased.
But
also,
so
there's a really good chance he was super schizophrenic. So
yeah, Oh yeah,
He definitely had a personality disorder.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, you got to be at a certain level. You just got to be kookaboo.
Yeah,
Like Bowie, all these people, they're all a little off
Yeah,
center, but that's what makes them great.
absolutely what makes them great.
I just have two more little subjects.
Okay.
I always feel better just getting them out of the way so I can like stop talking. Is the group of Ice-T and Ice Cube. I mean, they've had long careers, and it's so funny that by name they're always linked together. They couldn't be further apart.
It's true. Detective Tutuola.
Yeah. Oh wow,
man.
that his name.
Come on, man. One afternoon on USA, and you pretty much are embedded in SVU culture.
Yeah, him and who is the
Richard Belzer.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I hope there is one person in that writing room who only writes Ice-T's dialogue.
Right. That's a guy.
There's a guy who's just like, it's like, well, he's like our Ice-T guru.
Yeah.
Like, he's the one that writes it. Like, don't think
Just
you could
the snappy comebacks and stuff.
Yeah, and they're all so like they've become like kind of woke now, and it's really funny. It's very funny.
But Ice Cube, the chief in 21 Jump Street movies,
arguably his best role, was playing. I can't remember the actual. I know they changed his name in the movie, but the guy the guy that played the actual captain, Captain Fuller, was the captain, the second captain on the show, who was probably the best actor. He and Johnny Depp were probably the best actors on that show.
And it's funny, and Johnny Depp was a musician. He was in a band, and he was doing music, and he came to a Friends audition, and the casting...
Nightmare on Elm Street, yeah.
And the casting director is like, who's your pretty friend?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, he was going to succeed at whatever he did.
Oh, yeah. Talk about looks.
19-year-old Johnny Depp was writing his own check. I mean...
Yeah. Even now, bloated... and unrecognizable and totally like
but he's still
affected.
He's so cool looking.
Even
with that, you're like,
even
God.
that, it's like he's still Johnny Depp. He's still cashing that check.
He could still go to the bank of Johnny Depp and make a withdrawal. That's for sure.
Exactly.
No matter how much his agent took.
Then this is gonna age me, but like it just made me think of like musicians, actors, and this is a prefab group, which I believe was like
Al Jolson.
Oh, fuck you. The Monkees.
Oh yeah,
which I enjoyed as a child, and I thought they were hilarious and whatever. But they were they were all musicians, some musicians, actors, kind of like, but they were put together into this band. But they made music, and they put out albums. But they were like the precursor to boy bands.
100%, yeah. Prefab
bands were all
also
from the Monkees.
The reason that David Bowie changed his name to David Bowie, because David Jones.
Oh, Davy Jones.
David Jones is his real name.
Yeah.
Also, I've learned in England it's pronounced Bowie. David Bowie.
Bowie.
Yep.
Isn't that just like
with the accent? It sells it better.
Yeah.
But apparently that's how you say it.
Yeah.
You learn
always
something.
Be Bowie to me.
That's right. Me too. But yeah, and actually his real name. David Jones.
David Jones. Yeah, you don't want to come after Davy Jones.
Yeah.
Or in the middle of
Yeah. But, you don't want to get monkeyed.
Yeah, you don't want to get monkeyed.
Because I can't imagine, because I think looking back on the Monkees, we're like, wow, that music's really like catchy and poppy, enjoyable. Like there's nothing wrong with it. It's kind of it's kind of garage rock.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But when that was popular music on TV and something nobody had ever seen before,
musicians hated it.
Real musicians hated that,
and they toured. They did concerts,
dude,
and they were
first concert I ever went to.
No,
the Monkees.
No.
Yep.
My first musical live music thing was Sonny and Cher at the State Fair.
Yeah, that's all right, man.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah, pretty good.
Then my last thought is thinking like the Beatles, of like just crossing over and doing like a movie like Hard Day's Night. And it's like it's I guess that could only happen at that time and with that band to make a movie.
Right.
I kind of almost feel like Prince kind of fell into that. It's like, yeah, Prince, do whatever you want. It's going to be cool.
Yes. Well, But I mean, the thing that was more generated for them. If you look
Right.
at the chronology of like what they did, like if you saw the Beatles schedule, during those years,
They just cranked.
it's
They just
insane.
cranked.
I mean,
Yeah, you think they had a 20-year career?
They
It was
made
like
a-
5 years.
yeah, 4 years. They made a record, shot that movie, went and made another record.
Yeah, they just cranked that.
I
shit
mean,
out.
it's
But the same
wild.
I have one more thing, just because it's
Okay.
it's Elvis too. It's like what? How? Like he wanted to be a movie star so bad. He didn't care if it fucked up his music career. He wanted it.
yeah. Once he saw
yeah.
that, I mean, that was like the
But
next level. I
then
think.
it never evolved to anything else other than him just singing everything.
Right.
You know?
It was
Eddie
Jailhouse
Murphy
Rock.
does
It
a
was,
whole great bit on
yeah.
that. But it's like, yeah, it's crazy that if he would have done one or the other, what would happen? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like I think of him as two different things. Like his music, and you always think of early Elvis, and like even some of the later stuff. But then you think of movie star Elvis, and it's so weird.
See, it's so funny.
so campy and
Yeah.
cornball and
For me, I think
hokey.
of young Elvis, I think of movie star Elvis, and older Elvis, I think of Vegas Elvis.
Yeah, I think like that
But
one live performance where he's in black leather.
Yeah.
awesome.
Sweating the booze and
Yeah.
drugs out. Yeah.
I remember seeing that on TV, and I was just like, holy shit.
Yeah, he is aggressively sweating in that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, there really isn't a lot of people they try to. I guess, to be fair, some of these like young girls that came out of the Disney factory and everything, they kind of have been packaged for that.
Yeah.
But not like music
sustained,
music
like
movies.
Britney Spears had her movie.
Hey man, Crossroads was a great movie. Zoe Saldana, it was all right.
Oh, my God.
I think Amber Tamlin was in that too. I think
I don't
sister
know.
to the Traveling Pants Guy was in
Okay.
it.
If you say so.
Pretty sure. Can't be positive.
Yeah. And I just have a list of like old heads. It's like Frank Sinatra
Right.
did the crossover. Bing Crosby, who I understand.
Dean Martin, like all those guys. Yeah.
Dean Martin. Yeah, and the Rat Pack. Like all those guys did movies, made albums.
But again, you had to be like
that was
at least a
day.
double threat, right?
Yeah.
If not triple.
Yeah.
But it was also there was radio, television, film. Like to conquer all of media,
Right.
wasn't that hard.
Right.
I mean, it was it was.
I know it's much
hard.
more accepting, but there's also, I mean, there's musicals. I mean, people were singing in movies.
Right. Yes. Yes. That
and,
is.
and that's like Dolly Parton. Like she didn't she had her two big hits. Well, one hit and then one not so big hit. But
That eventually
I'll
became-
Always Love You
yeah,
came
was-
from the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Yeah.
With Burt Reynolds.
That's right. Which I mean, that was. I mean, you could have gotten more to the peak.
Yeah.
Than being in a movie with Burt Reynolds in that year.
Yeah. Oh, I know. He's the
Yeah.
biggest movie star of his time. You got anything else for me? I'm running out of asterisks.
Nah, I got really nothing else. I mean, if I got to recommend anything, I think it's Brie Larson for sure.
Oh yeah.
Go listen to Brie Larson's record. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, I was nervous to hit.
I was
play.
too.
I'm
But
like, Brie, what are you doing?
But it did look great. Like it had like I love the way it was all shot.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
great.
yeah.
You know what? Chris Isaac's acted and stuff. He's been all right. He's sort of like
yeah.
like a less douchey version than
Harry Connick
Connick Jr. You see, you knew exactly what I was talking about.
Well, in the rom-com world, he was great, but then he just went away. He tried to make a comeback. I just saw
Harry
him,
Connick
like,
Jr.?
Yeah, he tried to. He's in like some really bad.
He had a talk show.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Harry?
Probably with an exclamation point shaped like a trumpet or some stupid shit. But
Yeah, it was annoying because he's from New Orleans.
I think he tried to lean real hard and like all of a sudden it was like, today we're making gumbo. And it's like, dude, you've been way, 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 way wealthier and whiter for a long time.
Yeah.
Stop with the fucking New Orleans shit.
But we should probably thank I can only think of his last name, Bublé, for not acting.
Michael Bublé?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably best.
It's like, thank you. We should just come out. And,
Didn't who's the guy I always lump him with Michael Bublé? The
Grogan?
the opera singer.
Yeah,
Didn't he like make an appearance on like Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
And he was really funny.
He was in a show. Yeah, he's funny because he makes fun of himself.
Yeah.
And he better because he.
And so did Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20.
On Always Sunny?
On Always Sunny, yeah. They did like a 12 Monkeys spoof, and he was like one of the. Which it's like good. I'm glad you have that kind of self-awareness.
Yeah, no, that's all harmless. Meatloaf. Miley Cyrus is a weird one because she was a child actor playing a fictional pop star, and then became a pop star, and then broke the mold and became an avant-garde like music guru.
And is now like a pop country crossover artist.
Yeah, well, is she
the most successful person ever? I mean, she's accomplished everything she tried to do.
Yeah,
so
and
far.
it's just like she didn't have fucked up parents, so like she all her
Dude, her dad is Billy Ray Cyrus. Her parents are way fucked up.
Oh no, but like didn't fuck her over.
Oh, they didn't fuck her over. No.
Yeah, they didn't fuck her over. They didn't mess with her.
And you
like,
are good friends with her mom. You and Tish spent the afternoon together.
I had a meeting
at
with
her
Tish.
house.
We did work together with her,
Yes.
and we worked on a project with Tish Cyrus. And I was in LA, so we took a meeting, and it was at her house. She asked if I could come over to her house, and it was beautiful, beautiful house. And as we're talking, Billy Ray Cyrus was playing in the background, and she was great. She was so funny. She's like, "Do you want me to tell him to stop? It's annoying, isn't it? You want me to tell him to stop?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "It's quite lovely." And it was. It was like he was like, I'm working some shit out, and it sounded.
It would have
great.
been better had you set your ringtone to "Achy Breaky Heart."
No, it's just like, and like Miley wasn't there, but the Noah,
Yeah,
Noel
sure.
or
Noah. I think it's Noah. I think it's Noah. I think it's Noah.
All right.
Pretty sure.
But they're all walking around, and they just, it was kind of fun. I felt like a Cyrus for an afternoon. It's like, they're making food, and like it was a beautiful home. It was like they're very, very.
They were like, "Can you play the washboard?"
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you got a jug? I can blow a mean jug.
You can blow a mean jug.
I can blow.
Jesus Christ. I was talking
I
to.
could just see those Disney bears.
Yes, you were.
What were they called?
You are most like an animatronic Disney bear
Yes.
who plays the jug.
Yep.
That
Sign
is
me
your
up.
spirit animal.
Sign me up.
I think a friend of ours was telling me this morning that Tish, I think, might have a podcast. I think she just sold it.
Oh, good for her.
So, Tish, do you
she's
still
a
have her
cool
number?
chick.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on the show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. She would do it. She's great.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure she has time for you.
I'll make that call.
All right. So, that's all we got. We're not really recommending anything besides maybe you recommending this podcast to somebody that you love
please.
and or hate.
Highly recommend Jive and Honey Famous for Nothing.
Please do. And we should have like a sign off.
Yeah. We also need like music.
Theme music? Yeah.
Theme music.
Yeah.
We'll get on it.
We'll get on that. Wow, we need a good sign off. If you have a good sign off for us, put that in the comments.
Yeah.
Don't die.
Go fuck yourself.